Spider-Man. Spider-Man is possibly one of the most biggest IPs to come out in the 90s, and is no stranger to lost media. So, in today's episode, we're going to be covering the Amazing Spider-Man 2 deleted scenes. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a 2014 live-action superhero film directed by Mark Webb. While it didn't do critically well, this film was the final entry in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man series, stopping at only 2 films when a potential cinematic universe was teased. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was supposed to be the first film in the franchise to introduce the character Mary Jane Watson, longtime love and wife of Peter Parker in the comics. She was going to be played by Sheila Woodley from Divergent Frame. However, by the time that the film came out, it was already announced that her role was entirely cut from the final film. Director Mark Webb talked about the exclusion of the character from the film, and had this to say. There was one little scene at the beginning where she was next door and took place right around the montage where he comes back. And there was another little moment between Gwen and MJ, but it just tipped over. The relationship between them, Peter and Gwen, was so scarce and so powerful that we didn't feel right. And it sucks because Schlein is such a fucking great actress and is so cool and magical, but it was just about having obligations to romance that I thought was scarce. It was just one of those things. But even the Blu-ray release of the film, the franchise being cancelled, and the studio moving on with Marvel Studios in a new production, Spider-Man films, no actual footage of these scenes, these deleted Mary Jane scenes, has ever been available for watching. The only clue to her involvement, other than set pictures, is a recording of B-roll of these scenes involving Woodley. Deleted Mary Jane Watson scenes. Mary Jane at the coffee shop. This scene looks to take place during the opening of the film, when Spider-Man is swinging around the city to stop a robbery in progress. It's a small scene, but would give context to Spider-Man / Peter Parker and MJ's relationship before they truly ever met. MJ meets Peter Parker. Going by context, after the footage of behind the scenes filming, this scene would have taken place sometime after the first meeting of Spider-Man and Electro, where Peter is working on an update hitting his webbing. MJ meets Peter Parker for the first time as his new neighbor, rolling up on a motorcycle, causing Peter to be instantly smitten. MJ meets Gwen Stacy for the first time and possibly only time in the sequel. The two infamous loves of Peter Parker life comes together to meet Gwen Stacy when Gwen Stacy shows up at Parker's house and finds MJ. By the context of the footage, this scene was possibly meant to happen sometime near the end of the film, when Gwen is on her way to leave for school and MJ is looking to say goodbye to Peter one last time.